Here we go.
Good afternoon, YouTube's man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, can you believe it? This is the last weekend for April, and time is flying by. We're going to go into May in a little bit, and this was a big weekend. There was quite a few shows going on. A couple of shows were both qualification for this year's Olympia and next year's Masters Olympia for 2027. And some ladies I follow and done interviews with are competing in these shows. Congratulations to you ladies, and hope everything turns out for you well. So anyway, folks, this is one of my last comparisons to finish off this week. I have one more in the hole coming up, and that'll be the very last one for next week. Anyway, I picked two lovely ladies from the women's physique division. Both these ladies have been both Olympians, and also one has been Master Olympian. And I had the pleasure of meeting one lady recently when I went to Tampa last year at the, this past summer. As you know, I've done quite a few videos on her. I'm a big fan. We have the lovely Mrs. Sheronica Henton and the lovely Miss Gruber. Now, Sheronica has been competing for quite some time. She's been both a multi-time Olympian, and also she has won the women's physique title at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic when they still had women's physique at that show. And Anne has been in the game quite some time. She's been a pro since around 2016. She has also been an Olympian, and also she's been a Master Olympian. She just got a qualification for the Master Olympian, this time in women's bodybuilding at the Puerto Rico Pro. And she got her first qualification at the 2024 Triple O Dynasty. And she's the first and last Triple O Dynasty women's physique champion. So both of these have great physiques, amazing condition and shape, great potential. We're hoping maybe you might see Anne give a shot to Olympia, depending on the show. And we most definitely, I think, Sheronica, she was top 3 in 2024, but then now she went down to 4th place, actually 5th place in 2025. So we're hoping maybe she do a show and we get her back into Olympia again. So both ladies have great physiques and amazing condition. Here we have two shows they were in. Last year, Sheronica competed at the Pittsburgh Pro, and this is Anne from the 2023 New York Pro. Now, Sheronica also done the New York Pro. That's where she got her qualification for the 2024 Olympia at New York. And she competed last year. But I like the pictures coming from the Pittsburgh Pro. That's why I did this comparison. And went with Anne's New York Pro because she looked really good. I think she was the top 3 of that show. But both ladies have great aesthetics, great physiques, good conditioning. You can see really they fit the criteria when we truly want to see women's physique. And here we have a front double. This is somewhat close, I would say. Conditioning wise, it's just somewhat similar. I think size might be a slight edge with Sheronica. As you know, I feel like she fits the criteria. She's more of what women's physique is. Great conditioning, lean, not too much muscle, and I think Anne also fits that condition too. So if I take a flip of the coin, I could be biased, I could be balanced. I'm going to be a little bit both. I'm going to go with Sheronica on this one. Here we have the side chest. Both ladies have great conditioning. You can see the development in their quads, also around the tricep and the shoulders. I mean, this is, like I said, this is really close between these two ladies. I would say by the aesthetics, I get a slight edge here to Anne. Anne has more better conditioning around her glutes and her quads, good development in her shoulders, so I have to give this one here to Anne. Here we have a rear double. One thing Sheronica has, she has great conditioning, a beautiful taper, good connection in her hamstring and quads area. Just conditioning has just been always on point ever since she's been competing. So I will give a slight edge here to, not too much a slight edge, I would say I'll give a total edge here to Sheronica. Here we have nice tricep pose. And again, this is very close. I think they have great development around the shoulders. You can see that nice pop and conditioning from the upper part of the shoulder into the upper part of the tricep. This is slightly close, I would say. Fullness, roundness, detail. I would say the slight edge here is Sheronica. Here we have a nice abdominal thigh. And I think here, this is really I didn't want this to be too much of a blowout, but here I have to get Sheronica. You can see the conditioning, especially in the quads, nice feathering, nice taper in the waistline. You want that nice line up from the lats or going to the waist. You want that nice V taper, as they often say they want to see, and good condition in the abs. So after this one here, Sheronica. Here we have a nice bicep pose. Size, the better peak, I have to give it to Ann right here. We have a nice shot from the back. Both legs were pretty good. I mean, conditioning is really good. Width, I think, Ann might just got it slightly so. Good roundness in the shoulder, good detail, a nice taper. I would say this is really close. I would say with size and width, the back can make or break how you do a show. Have to give one to Ann. Both Ann and Sheronica are amazing ladies, top competitors in the sport. We hadn't seen Ann compete since 2024. She took a break last year. And then, actually, she took a break last year. She did compete at the Masters Olympia last year. And after that, we didn't see her do too many shows. I guess she needs more things to work on. Sheronica, been constantly active competitor. I know she did Pittsburgh last year. I think she did another show after that. The year before that, she was doing Pittsburgh, she did New York, Texas, and I think it was another show. She was really busy, Calendar Olympia. And she works and trains with Big Jane. They have the same coach, Fred Biggie Smalls. And with Sheronica is a very popular posing coach, especially in the East Coast. She works out of Florida. Quite a few people like Sherry Piami, a few other ladies have worked with her in the past and still working with her today. I mean, that's one thing. She's been one of the best posing coaches right now in the sport. But both Sheronica and Ann are amazing women. Great physiques, great looks. So again, they fit the aesthetics of what you want to see in the physique. As you know, Ann is now qualified for another Master O for 2027, and this time it was women's bodybuilding. It was only 2 competitors that show, and I think she came out the better one out of it. And Sheronica, as you know, she's now top 5 at the Olympia, meaning if she's not top 3, you have to do another show. So possibly we might see her at Tampa, or maybe she might do New York again. As long as Natasha's not doing New York, I think she has a chance. But for what I'm seeing, ladies who are going to do the show, it's going to be tough. So I wish y'all the best of luck. So both Ann and Sheronica are amazing women, great physique. I truly say they fit the criteria we want to see in WPD. And reach me on our Way George page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.